Participate in a conversation with once conservative, now liberal Midwest mastered prepared special education high school teacher and a self-proclaimed devil's advocate, East Coast conservative liberal, baccalaureate prepared registered nurse. These two strangers met, became instant friends, and realized their conversations are candid and epic. So join us weekly, ask us questions, and listen to these profoundly candid friends try to solve the world's problems, one discussion at a time.
Hey, welcome to another exciting episode of The New Theory with Monet and Jared, aka TNT with MJ. I am Jared.
I'm Monet.
And together we are teaching minds
and nurturing souls.
And given in the light of what happened yesterday, I mean, I'll admit that we were going to do our question format. There still might be some questions along the way of this discussion, but yeah. So I'm going to turn it over to Monet, and we're going to get this conversation rolling.
I'm done. No more pleasantries. No more kind words. You see, because when you try to, what's her name? Our first lady say, our former first lady say, when they go low, we go higher.
High. Yeah, that's exactly
fuck
right.
all that. I'm done. This is ridiculous. What did they gain from that chaos from yesterday? If they were really about that life, okay, when that one woman got shot, they would have just kept going. They would have started shooting. Y'all didn't go there for nothing but sensationalism, just like your fake ass president, okay? He is not a man of integrity. He's not a man of his word. How come all of us who did not vote for him, that did not want him to be in office in 2016, none of us went to that extent? They got their frustrations out by complaining, but they moved on with their lives and figured we'll make the best of the situation. I can't even think of a word, because it would be easy to be like white people, because white people, like I stated in my Facebook page, they're dying, they're suffering for the BLM, for the Black Lives Matter movement. So it's not really a white or black thing. This is an ignorant, entitlement having race of people that feel as though it's that their government is slipping away, that mindset is slowly starting to dissipate, and their antics, their childish behavior, and reckless, careless actions that had a young woman lose her life just to prove to the world what? Look, if they really stormed the Capitol and took senators and said, we're taking government into our own hands, we're going to hold the government up for ransom or whatever the fuck they thought they was going to do, okay? And it actually, like, they were still holding out there, then I could be like, you know what? That young lady lost her life for a cause. There's no fucking cause. That was like a bunch of teenagers that just got into the high school and said, let's see if we can destroy it. And sit in the principal's office and put our feet on the desk. Y'all didn't do anything. You did nothing but infuriate those of us that really care about the system, the way this government is run, the system in place, and its people. Look, all we have is breath, sunlight, water, and air. Okay, which is breath. But you feel me? Like
I got you.
Basic necessities on this planet. We're all living in the same tunnel you're living, and we're just trying to get through. We want to have laugh. We want to have family social gatherings. We want to have goodness come to us. Isn't that the basic necessities of life? All this extra shit, perceived power, perceived sense of identity, fuck all that shit. It don't mean nothing if you don't have integrity. And all of you animals that were out there yesterday don't have integrity. You are not real. How 1 minute you going to be for Blue Lives Matter and then the next minute you're burning the damn flag? You look crazy. And you can call me crazy. Yeah. And I'm tired of trying to be nice. Look, I know I have friends that support Trump and are currently not saying shit on Facebook. I'm not trying to assassinate that man's character. He's doing a very good job by his own fucking self. Okay?
Yeah.
That's number one. With that being said, this man, we need to hold him to task. And every other entity that was out there trying to embarrass us, we the people. So you're saying you voted, you lost, but you can't handle it? Y'all some fucking rejects.
Yeah.
Look, move the fuck on. Okay, we said the same thing. When Hillary lost, let's just try to make the best of it. Let's see what can happen.
Right.
He
Maybe
is a selfish. How the fuck a president talk about I love you?
You're special.
Jared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is a megalomaniac? Who the fuck? Or narcissistic? What?
Yeah, you're both are correct.
Look, you're sick. Like, y'all don't have a relationship with this motherfucker. He couldn't even go live for y'all. He put that shit in the tape that then got taken down because he don't know how to use the media for what it's worth. He uses social media. The thing the kids are on all fucking day and crazy people that don't work through Monday through Friday. I need to get off Facebook.
Yeah. I think we both need to take a little sabbatical from that.
We need to take a break. Yo,
it's stressing me out, man.
I'm using my phone. We trying to come up, people. We ain't in it for the money yet. My point is, I'm using my phone to do the Zooms and stuff and make the recordings we have. And you know, when you get a text message or something that comes up at the top of the screen, people are literally asking me, "Am I okay?" Yeah, people are also commenting on my status. If you ever see my finger, I try to go on the side where you can't see it, but now I'm like, boop, boop, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
She's already said she's done, so you know.
But I'm done. Like I can't. No more fucking no. If you acting like we're gonna call a spade, you acting like a fucking animal. You getting called an animal. Yeah. You acting like an unintelligent. Look, I can't even talk to these people. Oh, and to talk about how their dialect is. Okay, they're when they engage with you, okay, their immediate response is to assassinate your character. The same way how did we tie this into the slave trade and the Puritans having the superiority complex?
White supremacy,
because
white power,
white power.
Yeah,
I got it
it's upside down.
I got my book.
Sorry, Trump did the same thing.
No, the Bible, right?
Sorry,
lots of ways we are alike. But I'm the reverse of a narcissist. Okay, I am narcissistic, but for the good. Anyway, if there's such a thing.
Stand from the beginning.
Yeah. So I got the wrong book because I was playing who can get it cheaper. Okay, and that's why mine's cheaper because I got the wrong one. I got the original.
Yeah, that is the original.
She's one.
So I put on if you recall, for those listening and watching, I put up I'll just do it now. Say I've did this last week. And so now she's doing the same thing. But her book is a much more detailed version of what I'm reading. So I think she's going to get a little bit more information on
No.
So
and so I brought the book back into mention because it talked about it literally goes into the real documented history. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's not like, oh, we think this happens because we have to fill in this gap.
Yeah.
No, it goes into documented history of how the Puritans came over. And we both agree, because we read it from the books, that they came over because they weren't running away from religious persecution. They say that because it was convenient.
Yeah.
They were running away from the fact that they didn't want to give up slavery because the Puritans were like, our religion is more superior than anybody else's. Okay. And our way of life is better. Okay. And there's no territory in England for that. So then when the Puritans came over and the Quakers came over, but the Quakers were like, okay, we really do believe the shit we spouting. Okay. Let's just talk the real shit. You people do want to keep human beings as slaves. And we just want to take care of the land, eat, and be merry. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we don't have no judgment because guess who judges? God. Mm-hmm. I really think I'm a Quaker down in my heart.
You know what? That's funny that you say that because Cedar and I were having that same conversation not too long ago. In fact, we actually, I think we both did. I know that I did. We both did. Joined a Facebook group for Quakers.
Get out of here. You know, the hospital I'm working at now is a Quaker hospital.
It's
cool. A psychiatric hospital. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Mm. Cool. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's coming full fruition.
Yeah.
It's coming full circle.
Yeah. Full circle. Coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you were talking about, you were making the connection from yesterday's actions to
This,
yeah,
the superiority complex
of how the origin of it, or not even the origin of it, because it goes even further back than that.
It does go further back than that.
In my opinion. So, but yeah, it's God, it's bred into what America is today.
The ideology, they went there knowing that nothing significant was going to happen to them. Knowing it's like, so what? I'm going to take the podium and smile and wave with it.
Nobody's stopping them. Nobody's saying anything.
I'm going to violate the Speaker of the House office by putting my feet up on the desk and
writing on
mail.
Oh yeah, taking her mail and leaving a note on one of her folders.
Isn't that federal crime?
Yeah,
touch people's mail.
Tampering with the mail. Yeah.
That's not. We look at that like, but now fuck all that. Oh, that's bad. No, bitch. I want to see him go to fuck to jail now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. Fuck saying it's bad. I want to see the repercussions from his actions. Period. Yo, can we repaint the picture of this young woman getting killed and nobody rode for her? Nobody rode for her. Y'all banging on the door trying to get to the senators. The fucking Secret Service or cops, whatever. Somebody shot her in the chest, killed her because they are not taught how to maim. They're taught how to kill. Okay? They shot her in the chest, killed her. Were they still banging at the door after that? Punk ass bitches. Y'all went there without an appropriate agenda. You went there like a mass of mob, just exactly like the fuck they were, disorganized. And now, because of your rhetoric and your insanity, this woman has lost her life. Look, y'all can. I'm just saying. I'm here. Now I'm really about to get in trouble because I'm playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
I listened to her video. She was saying shit. Kind of made a little sense.
I haven't listened. Yeah, I've not listened to it yet.
You shouldn't. I mean, she wants to talk about the homeless problem in Los Angeles. She wants to talk about, why they paying money to get rid of their shit instead of giving them some shit. You feel me? Like, instead of them shitting on the public, here we go again. Instead of shitting on public property, a private property, they should give them a place where at least they can go to the bathroom and take a shower. I can understand she feels as though the government is not serving the true need of the people, but at the same time, you kind of put all your pegs in the wrong barrel, honey, in the wrong holes.
Yeah.
Like, you can come at it better, be more organized instead of getting on these platforms, social media platforms, these free recordings to get the public's ear and be like, okay, let's put our money. If I take the money I'm supposed to pay for taxes like the rich folks do and say, instead of me giving it to y'all, I'm going to create this nonprofit organization so that homeless people can have a place to live. I mean, see, this is some of the things that she was talking about. But if you're intelligent, instead of full of hate and rhetoric, instead of wanting to be the problem, why don't you just find the fucking solution? And that's where we're at. Y'all not listening. You so up somebody else's ass and want to be like, Trump 2020, make America great. Bitch, be a part of the fucking solution. How the fuck is he going to make America great? What? Cutting rich folks' taxes like the fuck he's been doing? Like, really? Like, go ahead.
That's the thing. They think they are the solution.
Making white folks feel secure. I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna storm the Capitol because I can. Man, every one of them motherfuckers should have been shot. A barrage. Rubber bullets every motherfucking where.
And they were black, it would have happened.
It would have happened. Rubber bullet. I mean, shit would have been happening. Fire, everything. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Had grandma with her fucking running away. Yeah, bitch. When they started walking away from his fucking speech, that shit should have went down. Real shit. Stop playing with these motherfucking people, federal government, America. Yeah. You got these motherfuckers delusional enough. You got Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I just, talking to more Trump's culpability, read earlier today, I think it was an NPR, but apparently there was, according to the rule, to at least the headline. I'll be fair. The chief of the one of the head officials in the DoD ordered or had approved additional approved the National Guard or approved additional security for the Capitol for yesterday. But then Trump came back and said, no, that don't do that, basically. And then fired up the crowd.
He said, go to the Capitol.
Yeah. Can't take our country back by weakness. You got to take it back with force and with strength and power.
And he
might, he said. One of the words was might. Yeah.
He went to the bunker of his White House and left. And left you ignorant motherfuckers to deal with the dumb shit. He don't care about you. Stop thinking he cares about you. He don't care about you. He don't care. Look, all his family is getting tax write-offs. All his friends. I can't with the bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but hold on. Guess what? That could possibly be speculation. I don't give a fuck who the fuck of his family is getting a tax write-off. We know that he don't care about you.
Yeah.
He never served in the military. He doesn't know anything about armed forces. Stop acting like he's one of us, because he's not.
Yeah.
He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. And for those of us that weren't, okay, don't sit here and think that he can identify with anything that we're going through.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I just feel like this is the end to a horrible everything. Thank God. But again, I digress. I go back into the fact that this young woman lost her life. Yes, she was an idiot for going out there. And, you know, and in hindsight, we all knew nothing major was going to happen from it. But she lost her life for absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. And that is the worst. That's worse. You thought you were going out there with an agenda. You thought you were being a patriot for your country. You thought you were trying to help the movement, whatever one you're associated with, and you lost your life. And the people that you thought were your brethren didn't even ride for you. You got shot. They was like, hands off the door. Let's go. Yo, this bitch got shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Damn, she really dying, y'all. No, really, that's the fuck what happened. Yo, like real shit.
Yeah.
Yo, we should go home. Yeah. That's what happened. Because there's no real, like, first of all, they were all committing treason, period. Anything that stepped through that door, once those doors were open, that fucking Virginia representative, he should be fined, period. And did you hear him? Nobody had masks on and he was coughing.
Yeah. Yep.
And now all they trashy asses is going to be in the motherfucking hospital with my sisters and brothers, the fellow nursing community, medical community, taking care of their dumb asses for fucking up, being disrespectful and hateful.
To say the least.
So how fucking considerate? What was the point? You did all that for nothing. Die. Half of y'all should have died. I would have respected you more. You went there, you fucked up shit, you laughed, and you went home. How dumb! And now, more than half of you are going to get sicker. For what? You careless indigents. Is that a good word? Should we call them indigents? Because I had to explain.
I'll call them terrorists, but well, whatever.
Yeah, let's just keep calling them terrorists.
Because they're domestic terrorists.
They are domestic terrorists.
Who participated in an attempted coup of our state capital. In fact, at least one person went on record talking about we should have grabbed him, dragged him by the hair, and dragged him out.
Yes, that's exactly what she said.
Yep. Yeah.
That is inciting violence.
Yeah.
Have a motherfucking objective. Have a fucking objective.
Here's I'm not necessarily, I don't want to call the situation funny, but I do need to find a little bit of humor in it, in the fact that, the Republicans were arguing their point. Had they just sat there and done nothing and continued to do their little peaceful protest, which is totally fine and within their rights, even if it was on the steps when they shouldn't have been on the steps. And I think if I remember correctly, that was completely unlawful for them to be even on the steps at the time.
Even on the steps.
So, gosh, where was I
If
going
they
with
would have
that?
let them argue their point,
Yeah,
they would have seen that the government that they were trying to aspire for may have happened.
Because here's the thing: I heard this on NPR yesterday, that a possible motive or speculative motive for the objections, the continued objections for the swing states, is that if Biden was stripped away of enough votes,
Mm-hmm.
he would no longer have the majority.
Mm-hmm.
And then the decision goes to the House.
And the House was in the Republican favor.
Exactly, because at that point, each state gets one vote. And there's more Republican states than there are Democratic states. So therefore, Trump would have retained his presidency.
But because he incited animalistic, barbaric, ridiculous behavior and told them he loved them for it,
yeah,
it's like, we can't continue this bullshit.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Because what is he going to do if he has nuclear weapons at his under his hand?
Yeah.
And people that want that, like I feel like shaking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What about, like, move on from that primitive animal mindset. Think.
Yeah.
You have an objective. How do you find resolution with less harm to other people? Because let me tell you something. We can sit here as, I don't know, Democrats. We can sit here as liberals. We can sit here as whatever. I still feel for the fact that somebody's child is gone. 4 people's relatives are gone. Mm-hmm. One of which was a young woman who served in the military that should not have died because her dumb ass was coerced into believing that overthrowing the government, she was gaslighted into believing that overthrowing the government was going to be the best way to push her agenda. And if anybody cared about her, would have educated her on going through the means in which you want to make change. This is how we make it. Mm-hmm. We want change, Jared. You and I do.
Absolutely.
We invested X amount of dollars to start this podcast. Mm-hmm. We are trying to connect ourselves with people that give us the motivation to write the letters to the places we got to go to read the books, to enlighten ourselves and educate ourselves, to make sure that when we speak, we're speaking with factual information. This isn't something like, okay, I'm going to listen to NPR and now I have the knowledge of the best. No, you listen to NPR and you're like, that's pretty interesting. Let me go and do a little bit more research.
Exactly.
Let me, whether you're listening to NPR, PBS, CNN, Fox, whatever, the objective is to get the information and then let me enlighten and educate myself and see what I can do about it.
Yeah. Quit taking other people's words. Yeah. Quit taking other people's words for what they are. Investigate for yourself. Yeah.
You don't have to have a college degree to do it.
No doubt. Even elementary students know how to Google.
Period.
Yeah.
And then here we go. Let's take it a step further. Instead of seeking harm for others, what about betterment for those you love? How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
How about that? Like, let the people that are miserable live in there. Because, honey, if you don't know anything about spirituality, you don't even want to put that in your repertoire. You can look at somebody sitting over there banging their hands. They'll start hitting the wall, hitting their head. Pause. You look like you're hurting yourself. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Only person they really hurting is themselves. It may be disturbing for you to watch that, but the reality is, if you're a miserable, fucked up individual, the only person initially you're hurting is yourself. If you are watching them like you're supposed to, because that's what you do to your adversary, you look at them, make sure they don't start swinging your way, then you get your forces and you kind of put them in their place. In a tactical way.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah. I tend to go passive aggressive.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing. Whether it's passive aggressive, whatever. The objective is to squelch it, be done with it,
Yep.
and then let's move on.
Exactly. But on the plus side, Trump finally conceded, and not necessarily conceded, but he said that there would be a peaceful transfer, whatever that means to him. But
this is,
senators and representatives are now both calling for the vice president and the cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment and remove Trump from office immediately. I was listening to Schumer earlier today, and their plan B is to go through another impeachment, is to impeach him again.
Well, no.
Because at that point, at this point, you got enough senators in the House or in the chamber that will side with that.
Yeah. Considering he basically told them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah. Called those that spoke out against the objections, or at least the Republicans who spoke out against the objections, the surrender party. Yeah.
See, that's that name calling bullshit. Like, what grade are you in? Isn't that some fourth grade shit, second grade shit?
Yeah.
Bitch, we all like grade 13, 15, and so forth. You feel me? Nobody's doing that shit anymore.
Yep.
Your mom's saying something to me on Facebook.
Thanks for blasting that. No.
Sorry about that.
Now I'm kind of curious, but like, no, yeah.
Little things come down. I'm like, all right, Kathy, I got you. Just give me a minute.
Damn it.
Love you, Mom. Sorry about that.
Oh man. All right. You said earlier that you did have a question for me, though.
I was thinking, considering you're from Arkansas, and I brag about you. I really do. I'm like, he's a man.
No,
okay?
I just feel I think I feel where this is going. When you just started out with that, I'm like, okay.
Oh no, not a Southern perspective.
Yeah. A Southern white male perspective. Damn it.
Yes, I'm sorry. Because I'm so proud of you. Like, it took, okay, can we just reiterate, can we revisit the fact that there was a time when you were the quintessential Southern white male? And your ideology, your mindset, your just, you know what, it's them. And I marvel at that, because it takes a huge deal of conviction to say, you know what, I didn't realize the way I was thinking. I do it every day. I have to stop myself from thinking. I mean, we talked early on about using the R word and other words that are now considered, that now deemed totally inappropriate and insensitive. We're being more mindful, not like we're walking on eggshells, but because it's like, okay, so I can ask, even though if I say something that's offensive, I can apologize for it and then ask, well, where did this come about? And not in a way like I'm trying to, trump you. I'm trying to usurp you and make you feel like, I'm making you explain something I already know the answer to. No, obviously, if I said something that was offensive, I didn't know. So like, how did and why? And okay, I get it. Okay, makes sense. Because then I can resonate with it and make peace with it inside of me and say, that's just not something that's not necessary. But when you go from, and I made fun of you last week about being that type of woke brother, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
We really are getting away from labels of white and black, but this is one of the few times I will point out that, Jared happens to be white, for those of you that didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. We've not made that one clear yet.
Yeah, right. And that there was a time where he was like, no, they probably deserved it because of how he was raised and what he understood, what was right and what was wrong because of what was taught to you. So now I love revisiting this, because I don't think the people in the back are getting it. The change that needs to be made that goes into, especially when we're facing times like this, when there's hordes of rebellious terrorists, terrorists. Okay.
Well, by definition, terrorists would be rebellious.
Well, yeah, they're really bad though. Okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
There you go. Sorry. It's that nurse that kind of wants to put all those extra words in to make
It's
it
all
seem
good.
like it. Yeah. Or just being
You can
dyslexic.
definitely put domestic in front of it.
Yeah, right. Domestic terrorists.
Terrorists.
That come, a lot of which come from areas in which you were raised in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I was listening to some of that stuff this morning. Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina. I think there was one.
Mississippi.
Yeah,
Florida.
I think there was one from Tennessee. Yeah.
I saw that. I saw Maryland, Florida, Tennessee, and all the other places you just mentioned. How do you flip that switch, Jared? What was it? Wasn't just Floyd, brother.
That was that was
Floyd.
That was the proverbial straw, if you will.
Well, because
that was the tipping.
You were really woke when I first met you in 2019.
I would say that I was more accepting, or not even more accepting. I was accepting at the time, but I was still all about all lives matter. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that, but yeah.
Yeah, I was all about the all lives matter, but I had a different view of equality. I had a very skewed view of what equality was.
How was it skewed?
My definition then of equality was, all right, you're living your life, I'm living my life. Hey, we're cool.
Yeah.
We're equal in that right. You live your life, I live mine.
Okay.
That was it. I've now come to understand that equality must include equity for it to be, for Black Lives to matter, equity has to be involved, not just equality. And even then equality has to be redefined as everybody has equal opportunity, not, hey, you have to earn the right to be where you're at, i.e. the first senator from Georgia, or the first Black senator from Georgia, the first Black vice president, the first whatever. Equality has to be redefined as there's no longer any more firsts. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. All happening in the late 2000s, but in the 2000s, by the way, most of which.
Right. So that's.
But Jared, when you say equity, I know what you mean. Okay.
Right.
But okay. People would think equity with regards to, I have a job, I get a paycheck. Are we talking about equity with regards to reparations? Are we talking about equity?
Let's start with equal pay.
Well, I thought that was a given, but you're right. Maybe it's not equal. I mean, now
it's obviously not equal. You take your average salary of a WNBA player. Mm-hmm. You compare that to your average salary to a NBA player.
Not equal.
Much less the stars of either league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're going to likely get paid a little bit more compared to their peers. That's just one example.
Jared, so let's keep it more local. Like with teachers and nurses, we're finding that it's disparaging pays with regards to the same amount of education, same amount of time. And we can talk about district and things like that, but
you're absolutely right.
That should be standardized.
Absolutely.
And certain districts won't hire certain types of nurses because that's not a reflection of the community that they're taking care of. Even though 30% of the students may be minorities, 30% of their staff is not going to reflect. Right.
Exactly.
That.
Yeah.
And I'm very much aware of that. I'm now realizing, even in nursing, which I didn't think, I thought, I've been a nurse for X amount of years. Good. Like, I'm making top salary, and they're like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not making top salary. you could be making more, but you're not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Yeah. Based off of just ask the questions.
Yeah.
I think when I hear you say equity, I'm thinking just about, we're talking about equal salary. We're talking about like the credit scores being restructured to eliminate race as a factor. I really think we do. At one point, I heard somebody say, get rid of race on everything. And I agree.
Yeah. Get rid of redlining.
Don't ask me. Yeah. Don't ask me what I am. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
Ask me if I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Ask me, am I trying my hardest every day to be an example of what a good person is? Really ask me that fucking question. I'm serious.
She says that with a tinge of anger.
Only because
I'm teasing.
I want to know if you think you're a good person. And if you don't think you're a good person, then there's something the fuck obviously wrong with you.
Right.
Let's help you.
Right.
But if hate really gets your gut going, you belong in the category. Being who you are, I have so much regard for you because you work very hard at towing the line.
Oh,
yeah, it's easy for me.
Yeah. I was saying work hard. I'm sorry. I didn't let you finish. My bad. I interrupted.
You toe the line. Sorry. Because I tend to draw on. But you toe the line. You have to dance that dance. And it is a dance. It's a very artful dance to appease all parties so that you can get your point across. You could be belligerent, loud, hateful, but you're not. You're not blaming your parents, which some people, I'm finding, I'm like, don't blame your parents. They didn't know. Yeah. How would they know if you were raised in an all-white community? How would you know?
Yeah.
We talked about earlier, I never forget, this is definitely a generational thing, an Indian giver. I remember saying that as a child as if it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't be an Indian giver. Oh my God.
Yeah.
My kids have never said that shit. They didn't even know because we just eradicated it out of our vernacular. But that's the kind of generation we were raised in, where you can say like you're an Indian. Like, oh my God! Now I know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I've done the same. I've done similar things as far as trying to eliminate vocabulary, eliminate vernacular. The one that I've been hanging on is because I found myself almost saying it today, preventing myself from saying it today. Well, and all week, quite frankly. But peanut gallery.
Oh.
When someone says, all right, any comments from the peanut gallery, or hey, peanut gallery, those in the peanut gallery, I need you, I need you to quiet down. Yeah.
Because it's so to me, it's like, yes.
It refers to the cheap seats at circuses and other events.
And guess who was sitting in the cheap seats?
Exactly.
And we don't realize that. Look, in Atlantic City, there's a section of the beach called Chicken Bone Beach. You know why? Because that was the only section that they would allow the blacks to use the beach.
Wow.
And I mean, when I say it was inundated, it was grounding your DNA. You just accept it for what it is. Chicken Bone Beach. That was the only section we were allowed to swim in. Which happens to be closest to the pipeline coming from the hotels and stuff.
How convenient is that? Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Being completely sarcastic, of course.
So.
Yeah. I would invite those who are listening to definitely spend some time in reflection. Definitely spend some time in reflection. I was reading, I was reading one of my newsletters this morning, and Actually, I did share it on Facebook. But the title of the article is "Confront White Supremacy," and in the section that says "Take Action," and this hit me a lot. If you identify as white, call a white friend today and discuss your complicity in a system of white supremacy. How do you benefit? What more can you do to dismantle it? And then if you identify as BIPOC, BIPOC, carve out some time to rest this week. So, yeah.
How do we
There's
teach?
a start.
Yeah, like for real. How do we teach white people that you're people and now you're being based on whether you're good or not?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're being based on, are you making decisions for the betterment of humanity as opposed to living in a world that does not exist anymore? And you can sit here and believe, because it transcends race.
Absolutely.
It transcends everything that encompasses hatred. You could sit here and be like, I don't hate black people. Okay, but you just called that Chinese person a chink. You just called that Spanish person a spick. And the list goes on. Get that out of your vernacular.
Yeah.
People don't like those terms anymore. Well, what's fun? You know what's fun? Seeing kids play and love one another. That shit's really fucking fun.
Yeah.
Seeing kids grow and be kind to one another.
Yeah.
Seeing the fact that John, the senator that just passed away, was his last name? How can I forget?
John Lewis.
John Lewis died. His pastor is now the senator, and one of his interns is a senator. That shit resonates with me, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy is real.
Yeah.
What kind of legacy? You want to leave a legacy of hate? That shit is like a firecracker. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I want the rays of the sun, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
This is the rays of the sun.
Yeah.
Now, what are they going to do that's going to multiply in goodness and love?
Mm-hmm.
That little pussy yesterday said that we are, what did he call us? We are another form of communism, socialists that preach peace and love. You sound like a fucking retard. Oh, see, I'm sorry. Now I'm sorry. I digress. I did not mean to say that.
Yeah, you're good. Well, I'll say you're good. No.
I did say, I said I cannot use that word. I said that earlier.
You were steamrolling though, so I'm like I can.
No, because it has to be out of our vernacular.
Yeah.
He's not a retard. He's just misinformed. He doesn't know. How dare you? The thing is, I'm not really offended that you called me a socialist that believes in peace and love, because if then that's what it is about, being kind and thinking for others and wanting to care for others and feeling as though I have enough on my plate and I'm willing to share with others because I know I still have enough. How dare you call yourself any religion, Christian, whatever?
Yeah.
I think the ultimate objective is to believe and trust in God. I have to do the work, but ultimately I am protected. See, this is what evolution does. We get from the desire of acquisition to the contentment of peace and adequacy. I feel adequate. What else do I need? I'm okay.
Yeah.
I will work so that others will have, and so will I, but I'm content with what I have.
Right.
I don't need any more or any less. I'm content.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Therefore, I'm at peace. Yo, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just going to say that that's a good note to end on because we're about down to our time.
Okay.
So
we're still soliciting for more guests.
Yes.
This is the year of let's branch out.
Yes.
Letters are going out. Emails are going out. We want you to be a part of the conversation. We want you to be a part of this time capsule so we can look back and all reflect. Lazarus is trying to get his little 2 cents in here. I got to keep him at bay. This cat is a mess. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I was about to say something that I think I need to clear with you before I say it in our show. So
Okay.
it's all good.
Stop.
So with that being said, guys, we hope that you enjoyed the show. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you have questions or have opinions, please email us at tntwithmj@gmail.com. That's again TNT with MJ, TNTWITH, at gmail.com. You can subscribe to our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube page, leave comments there, leave questions there. We're constantly checking. So I say constantly. I don't necessarily mean that we're
You
in there.
do. You're very good at it. That's why.
I keep up with it. How about that?
I will get better. I can do it.
But you can find this podcast anywhere you find your regular podcast, except for Apple, because I don't like Apple.
That's okay.
So Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, all that good stuff. So drop us a line, leave us a question, join the conversation. Until next time, Monet, you got a final word for us?
I love the goodness of peace. The legacy is real when you invest in goodness, kindness, and love. It's real, honey.
Amen.
And that's all we have.
Amen.
Bye.